What's up, guys? Just getting started here. Can you guys hear me okay? They have the chat disabled for this live stream, unfortunately. I kind of like to get a flavor of what people are actually saying live. What's up, 19 guys? How you, Cat? How's it going? It's funny how they just all stand there waiting for the president to come out. I can't wait for the president to come out. What's up, Z? Hey, Ben. We're just waiting for this live event. Oh, here he comes. Here he comes. What's up, PB? Shutter clicks from the cameras.
As long as I'm president of the United States, Iran will never be allowed to have a nuclear weapon. Good morning. I'm pleased to inform you the American people should be extremely grateful and happy. No Americans were harmed in last night's attack by the Iranian regime. We suffered no casualties. All of our soldiers are safe, and only minimal damage was sustained at our military bases. Our great American forces are prepared for anything. Iran appears to be standing down, which is a good thing for all parties concerned and a very good thing for the world. No American or Iraqi lives were lost because of the precautions taken, the dispersal of forces,
Yeah, I
and an
agree,
early
Yuri. Watch out for the
warning
false flag.
system that worked very well. I salute the incredible skill and courage of America's men and women in uniform. For far too long, all the way back to 1979 to be exact, nations have tolerated Iran's destructive and destabilizing behavior in the Middle East and beyond.
Destabilizing behavior.
Those days are over.
America does
Iran
that.
has been the leading sponsor of terrorism, and their pursuit of nuclear weapons threatens the civilized world. We will never let that happen. Last week, we took decisive action to stop a ruthless terrorist from threatening American lives. At my direction, the United States military eliminated the world's top terrorist, Qasem Soleimani. As the head of the Quds Force, Soleimani was personally responsible for some of the absolutely worst atrocities. He trained terrorist armies, including Hezbollah, launching terrorist strikes against civilian targets. He fueled bloody civil wars all across the region. He viciously wounded and murdered thousands of U.S. troops, including the planting of roadside bombs that maim and dismember their victims. Soleimani directed the recent attacks on U.S. personnel in Iraq that badly wounded 4 service members and killed 1 American, and he orchestrated the violent assault on the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad. In recent days, he was planning new attacks on American targets, but we stopped him. Soleimani's hands were drenched in both American and Iranian blood. He should have been terminated long ago. By removing Soleimani, we have sent a powerful message to terrorists. If you value your own life, you will not threaten the lives of our people. As we continue to evaluate options in response to Iranian aggression, the United States will immediately impose additional punishing economic sanctions on the Iranian regime.
Oh, God.
These powerful sanctions will remain until Iran changes its behavior. In recent months alone, Iran has seized ships in international waters fired an unprovoked strike on Saudi Arabia and shot down 2 U.S. drones. Iran's hostilities substantially increased after the foolish Iran nuclear deal was signed in 2013, and they were given $150 billion, not to mention $1.8 billion in cash. Instead of saying thank you to the United States, they chanted death to America. In fact, they chanted death to America the day the agreement was signed. Then Iran went on a terror spree, funded by the money from the deal, and created hell in Yemen, Syria, Lebanon,
I wonder why, Steve.
and Iraq. The missiles fired last night at us and our allies were paid for with the funds made available by the last administration. The regime also greatly tightened the reins on their own country.
Yeah, I agree,
even
Jayla.
recently killing 1,500 people at the many protests that are taking place all throughout Iran. The very defective JCPOA expires shortly anyway and gives Iran a clear and quick path to nuclear breakout. Iran must abandon its nuclear ambitions and end its support for terrorism. The time has come for the United Kingdom, Germany, France, Russia, and China
Santana, are you talking
to
about the
recognize
politicians?
this reality. They must now break away from the remnants of the Iran deal, or JCPOA. And we must all work together toward making a deal with Iran that makes the world a safer and more peaceful place. We must also make a deal that allows Iran to thrive and prosper and take advantage of its enormous untapped potential. Iran can be a great country. Peace and stability cannot prevail in the Middle East as long as Iran continues to foment violence, unrest, hatred, and war. The civilized world must send a clear and unified message to the Iranian regime.
Yeah, untapped oil.
Your campaign of terror, murder, mayhem will not be tolerated any longer. It will not be allowed to go forward. Today, I am going to ask NATO to become much more involved in the Middle East process. Over the last 3 years, under my leadership, our economy is stronger than ever before, and America has achieved energy independence. These historic accomplishments change our strategic priorities. These are accomplishments that nobody thought were possible. And options in the Middle East became available.
Yeah,
we are now
he's
the
not a
number
very
one
good
producer of oil and
teleprompter
natural
reader, guys.
gas anywhere in the world. We are independent, and we do not need Middle East oil. The American military has been completely rebuilt under my administration at a cost of $2.5 trillion.
Oh my God, that's an
US
indictment.
armed forces
That's
are
an
stronger
indictment, guys,
than
against
ever
him.
before. Our missiles are big, powerful, accurate, lethal, and fast. Under construction
And
are
they're
many
under the direction of
hypersonic
Israel.
missiles. The fact that we have this great military and equipment, however,
Dan.
does not mean we have to use it. We do not want to use it. American strength, both military and economic, is the best deterrent. 3 months ago, after destroying 100% of ISIS and its territorial caliphate, we killed the savage leader of ISIS, al-Baghdadi, who was responsible for so much death, including the mass beheadings of Christians, Muslims, and all who stood in his way. He was a monster. Al-Baghdadi was trying again to rebuild the ISIS caliphate and failed. Tens of thousands of ISIS fighters have been killed or captured during my administration. ISIS is a natural enemy of Iran. The destruction of ISIS is good for Iran.
The creation,
We should
ISIS,
work
the
together
creation of
on
America.
this and other shared priorities.
Hegelian dialectic.
Finally, to the people and leaders of Iran, we want you to have a future, and a great future, one that you deserve. One of prosperity at home and harmony with the nations of the world. The United States is ready to embrace peace with all who seek it. I want to thank you, and God bless America. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, Trump's so awesome that he promotes red flag laws. That's how awesome Trump is. Yeah, nothing ever changes, guys. Just a different puppet on the same hand. Apparently, he wasn't interested in standing around asking questions or answering questions. Apparently, he's addressing. Let me see. This is a different.
One of the great challenges in this world is knowing enough about a subject to think you're right.
Waiting for the event to begin. Oh, this. Oh, we already watched this. Then okay, that's all right, guys. Well, what do you guys think? See some of your comments here. Programmed hologram. What do you mean? Netanyahu told his generals to stay out of it. No, it's not. No announcement of World War III. Darn. Epstein didn't kill Soleimani. You didn't get a notification? Yeah, it's happening a lot, guys. All right, what do you think? What do you mean, which Donald Trump, Brian? Are there a couple Donald Trumps out there that people are talking about? Iran, give us the oil and we'll have peace, says Borak. Yeah, it's all about the oil, guys. It's about propping up the American dollar. It's about being there for Israel. It's about flexing the American muscle on behalf of Israel. That's what it's about. It's about enriching bankers. It's about taking away more of our freedoms. It's about maximum pressure campaigns, calling everybody else terrorists while we run as a juggernaut terrorist throughout the world. Trump said Obama would start war with Iran to get reelected, and here we are. Yeah. Yeah, they're playing around with this. It's interesting when you tune into Fox News, how they treat things as opposed to how the leftist media treats things, but it's still all the WWE dog and pony show, give me bread and circuses, and they shall never revolt show. Boycott America. Got my notifications. It's working in the UK. Mind you, it's the only thing working in the UK. Thanks, man. Man Weller. What are you gonna says Iran wants war with everyone, not just America, and here we are. What'd you guys think about that Tucker Carlson video from yesterday? Agree with him? Disagree with him? Was he right on the money about it? Was he off? What was he, if you think he was off, what do you think he was off about? Jerry says one of these days we'll learn. Yeah, I think he was dead on too. There was something he said in there about 9/11, but I'd kind of let it slide because the overall tenor of what he was talking about the warmongers in the Trump administration and how, the Republicans are quick to condemn the Democrats even though they end up doing the same things. Yeah, right on the money. Yeah, yeah, exactly, armchair. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Tucker covered for Israel by saying Saudi did 9/11. Yeah. Come on, guys. Israel did 9/11. It's clear. It's clear. The official story is so far off base, you might as well be on another planet. But yeah, you're right. He did do that. I let it slide just because his whole thing wasn't about 9/11. It was about, basically exposing the hypocrisy in the Trump administration. Thanks, 2A. 2A says Trump can't even read. Covfefe. Yeah, we don't need Iranian oil. Matter of fact, I mean, have you ever seen the graph for the biggest oil producers? Top 5 oil generating countries. Wow, this is a completely different list. This is from October 2019. Where's this from? Investopedia. This must change a lot because it was Iran was number 5, and they're placing number 5 with China right here. Canada number 4, Russia number 3, Saudi Arabia number 2, in the United States. Let's see. Let's get a different Investopedia. Wonder when this. You got to take Wikipedia with a grain of salt, but a lot of times they'll put some straight on the money. Let's see. Okay, so they got United States, Russia, United States, Saudi Arabia, Russia, Iraq, number 4. Would they have number 4 over here? Number 4 is Canada. Where do they have Canada? Canada's number 7 right here. China, Iran, Iraq, Russia. Yeah, look at the oil, billions per day. Look at this, 15 billion per day from the United States, followed by 12 from Saudi Arabia, 10 from Russia, 4, and look how drastically it changes. Iran's producing 3 a day, and we're producing 15. We're producing 5 times more oil per day than Iran. And we're marching into Iran to take the oil for what? Oh, that's right. It's for Israel, who's the 92nd oil producer. Do you guys know that? Israel's down here at the 92nd spot. 390 million a day. They're not even producing a billion. Yeah, we don't need Iranian oil. Did I miss what Don said here? Let's see. Dude was standing in his glass palace checking stones, says one of those guys. Varying Redbeard says the Warhawks. Yep, exactly. I have no idea what happened. Did we win? Varying Redbeard says Puppet Masters. Yep. Yeah. Ephesians 5 says, Brian, do a list of countries without a Rothschild central bank. Hint, it's really effing short. Yeah, exactly. And that's why they want to march into these countries, because they want to prop up the American dollar. They want to grab the resources. They want to do this all for Israel, which is really the Zionist international banking elite. It's all about bankers, marching to Libya because Gaddafi's trying to convert their currency, the fiat notes, into the gold-based dinar. Slam Saddam Hussein because he wants to get off the Federal Reserve note and go into euros. But you got to continue to prop up the dollar because it's the reserve currency. So you can't mess with the dollar, man. You start messing with the dollar, hey, we're gonna have to send some troops in there and straighten you guys out. But Trump isn't marching into the country. Yeah, that's why we sent 3,500 troops. Where did we send 3,500 troops? Sending troops, deploying troops makes the Raytheon guys and the UAE guy, or the BAE guys, and all those arms dealers just rub their hands together going, oh my gosh, we're gonna make some more sales. Every guy who we send over there. Okay, what's going on here? Oh, this started again. Every guy we send over there equals more money for the bankers, more power for the military industrial complex. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and take off. I'm going to put a couple more videos up there today. Check out the last video if you want. And I will see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban live stream.